You're my personal hotspot.
All right. Okay, so we're out for a Super Bowl day, Super Bowl weekend explore. So we ventured into Nevada, braving the Super Bowl crowds, and, and made it to Valley of Fire. And this is as far
As we were
as we will go
as we
towards
were
Las
even
Vegas.
planning to go.
So this area has been inhabited for at least the last 4,000 years. Interestingly, the visitor center, the first people they mentioned that were in this area were the gypsum people. So we need to do some more research about them and find out more. After that, it was the basket maker 2 and 3 that were here, and then the Puebloan, and finally the Southern Paiute, the Moapa band of Southern Paiutes were common in this area as well. There's a bunch of petroglyphs in the park, so we're going to explore some of those today.
And try to stay off the beaten path a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
There's a big beaten path that we want to go to across the street, but this is the one we'll look at first.
And let's get exploring.
Oh, yes, that too.
All right, what am I can see a little bit up here.
Right here, just across the street from Mouse's Tank, is a rather large panel. It's a lot of people overlook.
Drive right past.
Drive right past it. But there you go. There's the first view of the panel. Let's see if we can get up close on some of these and some good views.
Wow.
Okay, I left Janet at the bottom of this little scramble. But right here is our first of the petroglyphs that I noticed from the car. And this interesting spiral and other pattern here. And then up higher, we got quite a variety of rock art. Some of it's been vandalized and remarked. Some of this, the patina has almost completely recovered. Quite an extensive panel. Some zoomorphs up top. Some good geometric patterns. And some others here that are quite interesting. This Valley of Fire area has a lot of rock art that's a little unusual to me. There's a lot of, I guess, atlatl symbols. Got some more over here a little further that we'll get to. But I wanted to touch on a couple of things right here first. So this glyph right here is kind of unusual. This is one that people often overlook, but this is a very loosely pecked glyph. But it is pecked in a pattern, and to me that's very interesting. Right above it here, some of these other glyphs, the patina is almost completely recovered, repatinated the area.
I don't know if you can see to your right.
To my right, yeah.
Like just about elbow level for you, there's a deer.
Over here somewhere?
Yeah. Keep going. No, it's further over.
Oh, yeah. I walked right past that as I came home. All right, here's that glyph that Janet was mentioning that I had walked right past. There's a deer glyph that's roughly pecked. And we have one more little scratch here that's roughly pecked as well. So, all right, heading back down. So this panel here is just really quite covered with glyphs. Getting in a little closer here. There's some interesting zoomorphs and anthropomorphs here, and big bear paw type glyph right there as well. and some anthros just above that. Very cool sight. And then as we scan over from here, we've got some more anthropomorphs and zoomorphs across this panel as well. And I think we can get a little better picture of that from the other side, and glyphs going down this side as well. So let's go take another look at the other direction. So what are you seeing?
So it looked like some kind of pattern, and so I thought, okay, well, I'll try to take a picture of it, and that failed. And it is just patterning, but it's pegged.
Oh, wow.
It's not natural.
I'll have to steal the binoculars and take a look.
Yeah, maybe if I let you. Everything else up that high looks natural.
There's a couple of things that...
Above it too, above that pattern thing that I'm like, curious.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Let's swap devices. Oh yeah, that's kind of almost like a basket grid type pattern.
Maybe.
It looks like
It's very old.
possibly a zoomorph up there as well.
All right, we have to swap devices again then.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Neat stuff.
Something else I noticed on this,
What
So-
is this?
I don't think it's a zoomorph or an anthropomorph, but it could be. But do you see off to the right of him, there's kind of two little,
They look
almost feathered
That's
looking
what
things.
that's exactly how I was going to describe
That's
them as
cool.
feathers.
Then
and
like a slender man up above him too.
Oh yeah. Don't say that. People will think that's what it is.
No, not slender man, but
There's
This
just
is a really cool
so
site.
much and
So
so
much
much
up right
history.
here.
And there's some
Yeah.
very old anthropomorph styles.
yeah.
Wow.
All right, let's go around this rock and take a look at the other side.
I see.
All right, so Janet's gonna stay down here below just a little bit. All right, let's turn around and look at the same stuff together. Here's the wall we're seeing from the other side of this rock. Then we come down, got a couple of anthro and a footprint, a big spiral, and a ton more glyphs here. So what are you seeing?
So the spiral is amazing.
What was that?
The spiral is amazing.
Yeah.
And it looks like you've got the, oh, I don't know, is that a sidewinder kind of looking zoomorph or just a squiggly line? It's got the square, the diamond head.
Oh yeah. Yep, it does look like a snake.
And then if you go to the right of it,
Uh-huh.
look at the two semicircles.
Yeah, kind of like a moon. Do you see the ones just up and to the left of it that are really
Oh,
dark,
really old,
barely
yeah.
visible still?
Yeah.
That's really cool. And then there's some other cliffs here. This circle with some radiating spokes.
So cool.
And can you see this? Let me get it in the picture here somewhere. There we go. It's in the picture. Kind of a Firebird, Thunderbird type looking
Yes.
glyph.
Yeah.
Bird with feathers and something.
If you look at the anthropomorph to the left of it,
Uh-huh.
it's got the spirals coming out of its head. They're harder to see.
Oh, yeah. I see
It makes
that.
me wonder if they were added later.
Let me take a step closer. So there's the bird glyph we were discussing. And there is the anthro. And those do definitely look fainter and not as deep, but they don't look modern.
Right.
That's interesting.
That's what I
Is it-
thought.
A couple of other, can you see this anthropomorph with a big round shield looking body
Yep.
right here?
Wow.
That's kind of interesting.
More footprints.
Yeah, there's a
Huh.
really good footprint right
Oh.
here.
Is that some more zoomorphs?
Okay. Over here below the historic markings.
110705 ES.
But some of the stuff below it is really cool and fairly well patinaed as well.
Yeah.
This is cool. I'm glad we took the journey today.
It does make me wonder if ES regrets their choice.
Hope so.
Me too. If you go to your left, like far over, you've got another spiral or circle set.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'll get there in just a second.
Okay.
I noticed that right here on this rock, and I know you can't see it, there's a circular pattern, a footprint, an anthropomorph, and possibly some other symbols here as well carved on this flat.
Cool.
That's interesting. All right, let me see if I can take a step down. There's the ledge that Janet was just discussing. It's really kind of cool. There's a lot of historic graffiti on this as well, even though I'm sure the park does a good job of trying to discourage that. But okay, so this wall right here has always been one of my favorites in the park, even though it's right here next to the road. But there is a ton of stuff along this wall and further down that we'll discuss. But do you remember the blanket type patterns that we saw up at Little Black Mountain Petroglyph site?
Yep.
Yep, that's what this reminds me of.
Absolutely.
So that's a cool stuff. There's some other interesting stuff here as well. We'll take a step closer.
So old.
Do you see the 8 dots here?
Yes.
That's kind of interesting, and the concentric circles next to it.
Yep.
The
And a
anthropomorph.
Boogie Wonderland anthropomorph.
Yeah,
And it
some
looks
other-
like a circle with rays coming out below it.
Oh, yep. Let me zoom in on that. Yeah, there we go. And there's our others in a little more closer detail.
Wow.
So, okay, so looking at this wall, this is really cool as well. Well, again, we have this sort of blanket pattern and some vertical pecked dots. And
yeah,
this
those
is interesting as well.
blobs with the rays out of them is
Yeah.
fascinating to me.
I want to ignore some of this recent graffiti. But this one, J.F. Perkins, is listed as 1904. 120 years ago.
Yeah.
And 3/5/1915. So, but some really cool stuff on this wall.
There's another circle with radiating lines out of it.
This one up high, or that's
No,
what
that's the one
oh,
I
that's
it-
what did?
It reminds me of a squid. It's-
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. It's just really unusual. I don't
Yeah.
know that I've seen that anywhere else.
And this circle is a little more recent. This one low.
Yeah. This is all really old.
But the patina has really come back in on a lot of this. All right, so here's the next little section of this panel. This small circle with the radiated lines is really cool. And more of these blanket type patterns as well.
Yep, and there's more to the left, on the left.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's really cool.
Oh, there's
We
some,
should do a video just on these blanket patterns and
oh, that'd be interesting.
see if we
Tie
can
things
find out more
together.
about them. Some of these have really been here a long time. Bettina has really covered them back up. You mentioned there was a spiral over here. Can you direct me to that?
Yeah. So you've got the 3 prongs coming down
okay.
from the,
Yep.
and then just to the right of it is a
Oh,
really
yeah, I see
faded
it.
spiral.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Huh. Yeah, that does seem to be old. Not a recent carving there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some zoomorphs here, but you were mentioning these rubbings.
Yeah.
That,
So coming down this way, maybe.
I'm trying to decide if those are recent or if those are archaeological. I can't tell. They kind of look to be almost the same age as some of these blanket pattern stuff.
Yeah. And maybe they were prepping stones. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. I took pictures for D-Stretch.
Okay.
Since I know Rocky can't.
All right. There's some more stuff right here. Can you see these? And if you look right here in this,
Oh,
right here,
yeah. What is?
that's been carved in as well. That's interesting.
You've got another half moon kind of shape.
Okay. Oh, hold on.
Oh,
I think there is something here behind this graffiti.
of
Some
course.
peck marks that people just didn't even realize there was something here.
They had to leave their own mark.
We've got more apparent glyphs, pecking areas here. Interesting. Then I was just, oh,
Did you get the
you know what?
6-pointed
Up high?
shape? Yeah.
Yep, I got that one. But you know what?
What?
There are several places that are worn areas, pecked areas along this ridge.
Huh.
And I'll, here, we take a picture to insert to show the ridge.
Oh, to show the ridge?
Yeah,
Okay.
to show where I'm talking about.
There you go.
And up here, that's pecked in. This one appears to be rubbed. And some more stuff here. So that's interesting. That's definitely been worn away. Let's see if I can get another view there. Okay, so as we continue westward, southward? I think it's south.
South. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
south along
okay.
this wall. We've got some peck marks along here, this kind of a half moon shape. And then up above it, we've got these other glyphs here that are really faded. Kind of a dumbbell shaped glyph and a couple of others.
Holy wow.
And then more here. All right, let me step around this prickly bush.
Yeah, it already got me. You start up here.
Oh, yeah, let's
And
start
then-
up high and,
Looks like a headless anthropomorph.
oh, yeah, right
And then you've got
here.
zoomorphs and footprints.
Where's that? Yeah, there it is. It's right in the center on my
Yeah.
screen. I couldn't see it on the screen.
Oh. And then
Got
you've got,
some lower zoomorphs here.
yeah, all the way along there.
Yeah. Got a ton of zoomorphs here.
You
Let
got
me-
those over there?
Yep, I got these. And just to make sure there's what we're looking at. Let me just make sure that I'm getting this double zigzag pattern here is really cool. Some tall, thin anthropomorphs. Some large zoomorphs as well. Yeah, this is a really cool wall that
Yeah, it is.
really gets overlooked. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's like some kind of blob thing, and then the circle.
Yeah, it kind of almost looks like a footprint and a spiral or concentric circles.
And there might be more there too. You know? Okay.
See the patina? Do you see this zigzags right there?
Where?
Let me see if I can get the sun out of the lens. Right in front of you, down.
What?
Right there.
What? No. Where?
Yep, yep.
What?
Are you not seeing it?
No. Oh. I was going vertical, not horizontal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah.
It's
Wow.
kind of cool.
Crazy.
It's always
So is
fun to
this
see.
something?
I think so, but I can't tell for sure. Now let's see. Oh, there's some stuff right beyond you here too. Keep going.
Oh, wow.
There's some vertical lines that appear to be about 2 feet long.
Yeah.
Well,
8, 16.
all right, there's a little more of that detail. As we continue that along this east facing, oh, there's a ton up high too.
What?
Yep, keep looking, you'll see it.
Oh, yep. Wow, that's old.
This is interesting. Anthropomorphs and zoomorphs right here. A very more recently carved circle, but I don't know how recent. Hey Janet,
Yo,
come around here.
what do you want? I know, I just saw that.
All of this on this wall.
Uh-huh. I'm right
Can you
behind
see
you.
how high the dots go from the top of
Yep.
this down? That's really cool. Kind of more of a blanket type pattern as well. But
With the fringe.
yeah.
Yeah. And then to your left,
Uh-huh.
there's one of those Slender Man kind of things.
Yeah, let me zoom in on that. The tall one's right on the edge.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really cool. I wonder if
And
I can get
then-
some sort of a,
To the left of that is more.
yeah. Wow. There's a bunch of rock art along this ledge. It's a really cool wall. And the sun is just right on it now.
Yeah.
That's cool. And did you notice all of these here on this wall? Down low?
Down low.
Right in front of me.
Yes, I did see those.
Yeah.
If you go up to the ledge above,
Uh-huh.
that's like striped and shale looking like layers,
Yep.
there's something going on up there.
So there's some glyphs here. The very back wall,
Not the very, I mean, it's like half-inch shade.
there are several carved things right in here. And
There's a zigzag.
where are you seeing the zigzag?
I've got my binoculars, and there's a stained area where there are 3 vertical lines pecked in
Uh-huh.
kind of a square, darker square. And if you continue moving to the right, there's another really long line, pecked line, that goes upward through that split, that little crack.
Huh.
And it
Okay.
continues upward from there. And if you continue right from there, up above that crack line are more stripes, or actually it looks like one of those squares that's divided.
What do you think? Is there anything on this wall?
It doesn't appear to be. Nothing, oh, I may have lied,
Sounds like you see something.
maybe.
Keep walking in and point to it. All right. Start over.
Sure. So Steve just came out of a crevice of some form, and I was looking around, and on this patina that kind of goes into a triangular shaped corner, there's a whole bunch of zoomorphs on there.
Okay. Let's zoom in on that. Is that almost like a star pattern out at the point of that, or?
I don't know what that is. There's like it's a double line and then it goes into something that's been destroyed.
Some
So
geometric pattern or
yeah,
sorts? Oh, that's cool.
but there's like lots of
Cool.
interesting zoomorphs. There's a curious one in between that kind of geometric shape and the last of the zoomorphs that I could see on the left. There's a big blob, and I don't know what
Okay.
that is.
Well, let's see if I can get it from a different angle.
It's a duck.
Huh, I don't know. I can't see much.
You can
But
you can see it. I mean, you've got anthropomorph 1, 2, 3, and then you've got this blob, and then
Yeah.
you go over to the right, and then you've got your geometric shape.
okay. All right, well, let's keep exploring. As I was walking back along this path, up top here, we have another couple of bisected circles. Where are they? Right in here, right in the center. Oh, interesting. There you go. All right, now we're recording. Okay, so, well, that was a fun walk. There were some interesting things to see. But one of the questions I have is, why this one spot? I went around the corner into the next canyon, and I've looked at a couple of these other walls. But why did they put the glyphs on this one wall,
Well,
not across the street?
they did do it across the street.
Down, yeah,
through Mouse's Tank.
down Mouse's Tank.
Yeah.
That's another half-mile walk, maybe?
No, it's round trip, half mile.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah.
Okay. I think we
took longer.
we
took
found some
longer.
extra side trails. So yes, across Mouse's Tank over here, there are lots of petroglyphs, and we wanted to look at just the ones on this side of the road. But but why here? What was special about this spot? Was it just a nice low spot that was kind of protected from the wind, and they could farm maybe right in this area? I don't know. Interesting.
I want to know more about the gypsum people.
Yeah,
So we'll be doing some research there this week.
They were listed as the people that were here at prior to 2000, before current era.
Oh,
So
you're gonna
4,000 years ago.
Yeah, you're going to hate me.
Why?
I turned off my microphone because I was just sitting there freezing to death. That's why I'm leaning against the wall.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully it picks me up. If
Yeah.
not, whatever.
Okay, well. Anyways, that's about it for today, unless I see some more stuff along the edge of the road and I jump out of the car and leave it parked somewhere. Wouldn't be the first time.
Thanks for coming along with us today.
All right, cheers all.